All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful guide for anyone caring for a child who's dealing with abandonment trauma. Our goal here is to take this playbook and turn it into clear, simple steps you can actually use to help a child feel safe, secure, and finally, truly seen.
Just take a second with this sentence. This is it. This is the absolute heart of abandonment trauma. It's not some idea they think about. It's a feeling deep in their gut, an alarm bell that's always on. It doesn't matter if it was through death, divorce, or even just emotional absence. The result is the same. Their world got turned upside down, and their little nervous system learned a terrifying lesson. The people I need to survive can disappear at any moment.
So to really help, we first have to get this one thing straight. The trauma isn't just the thing that happened in the past. Nope, it's the alarm system that's still running in the child's body long after the event is over. Imagine a smoke detector that's just stuck on, blaring 24/7. That's what it's like.
Now this is so important. These behaviors, which can look a whole lot like a kid just being bad or defiant, are actually incredibly smart survival strategies. A child isn't being bossy to annoy you, they're trying to control every little thing so there are no more surprises, no more loss. They aren't pushing you away because they don't like you, they're testing you. They're asking, are you going to vanish too when things get tough? Every single one of these behaviors is driven by that one core fear.
Okay, so if you take away only one thing from our chat today, let it be this. This is the absolute foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. You can have rules, you can have consequences, you can say no. But the connection, the relationship itself, that is never up for grabs. The message always has to be, I might be upset with what you did, but we are okay. I'm not going anywhere. This one idea, this one rule is what starts to quiet that deep-seated fear.
So, with that golden rule locked in, let's talk about the solution. And you know what? It's not as complicated as you might think. The whole healing process really boils down to a simple blueprint with just 3 main goals. This is your roadmap.
That's it, just 3. Everything we're going to cover from here on out is all about hitting one of these 3 targets. The real power is in keeping it simple.
First up, goal number 1, predictability. Now, I know predictable can sound kind of boring, right? But for a kid's nervous system that's been through chaos, believe me, boring is beautiful. It's like a soothing balm. When a child knows exactly when dinner is, exactly how you say goodbye, exactly what happens next, their brain can finally stop scanning for danger and just relax. Every single time you keep a promise, you are literally rebuilding their foundation of safety.
Goal number 2 is co-regulation. This is such a huge concept. Here's the deal. A child with a scrambled-up nervous system can't just calm down on their own. They literally don't know how. They need to borrow your calm. When they're in the middle of a storm and you stay grounded, you speak softly, you stay present, you basically become their external nervous system. You're showing their body the way back to feeling steady.
And finally, goal 3, repair. You know, this might be where the deepest magic happens. Kids with abandonment trauma honestly believe that one argument, one mistake means it's over. The relationship is done. The goal of repair is to teach them a totally new story. The arguments happen and connection always comes back. After you've had a conflict, you come back together. You say, hey, we're okay. And that shows them over and over again that your bond is way stronger than any fight.
Okay, so we've got the what. Now for the how. How do we actually put these 3 big goals into practice, in the real world, every single day? This part is all about the small, repeatable things that add up to create real safety over time. Let's start with goodbyes, because those can be brutal. This goodbye ritual is a perfect little dose of predictability. You do it the exact same way every single time. You say what's happening, you give a concrete marker for when you'll be back, like after dinner, not a vague later, and you have a consistent little hug or phrase. And then, and this is key, you leave. Don't linger. I know it feels kinder, but lingering actually signals to their alarm brain that maybe there is something to worry about. This routine quietly teaches them, this is normal, this is safe, I always come back.
And hey, just as important as the goodbye is the hello. This little reunion ritual reinforces that beautiful cycle of repair and reconnection. Before you ask about chores, before you get into the day, you reconnect. First, eye contact. Then a quick snack that helps regulate their blood sugar and their emotions. Then ask a question that shows you get it. This whole thing might take 2 minutes, but the message it sends is massive. It teaches their body on a cellular level that every single time we part, we come back together warm and safe.
All right, deep breath. Let's talk about the toughest moments,
The meltdowns. This is when that deep down abandonment fear is screaming at its loudest. Having a clear, solid plan is absolutely critical, for them and for you.
To handle a meltdown, you have to get this difference. When a kid is spiraling, their alarm brain is in the driver's seat. And when that's happening, things like logic, lectures, or reasons, they just bounce right off. A consequence doesn't feel like a lesson, it feels like rejection. It feels like you're about to leave them. So in that moment, your number one job is not to teach. Your priority is safety. Just safety. Get them back to safety so their learning brain can come back online.
So here it is, your crisis plan. Just remember the word SAFE. S is for stay present. Your calm body is their anchor in the storm. A is for acknowledge the fear. Look past the anger and name what's underneath it. This feels really scary for you right now. F is for firm limit, but, and this is huge, without rejection. The boundary is on the behavior, not on the child. I won't let you hit, and I am staying right here with you. E is for exit to regulation. Offer simple calming choices to help their body find its way back.
You know, all these little daily actions, all these crisis plans, they're all building toward one ultimate goal, and that is helping the child rewrite the story they tell themselves about who they are. This is the long game.
A child who's been through abandonment often carries this story inside them that says, I am unlovable. It was my fault they left. Our job, our privilege, really, is to help them craft a new, truer story. It happens in these 4 steps. You acknowledge their pain, you explicitly tell them it wasn't their fault. You anchor them in the safety they have right now, and you give them hope for the future. You are helping them build a whole new identity, one that's based on their resilience, not on their rejection.
So we're going to end with this. Healing doesn't happen in some big dramatic moment. It happens in the tiny, consistent, everyday interactions. It's the same goodbye ritual. It's the snack when you get home. It's the promise of, I'll see you tomorrow. These are the little things that slowly but surely turn off that alarm bell and teach a child's heart the most important lesson there is. You are safe, you are loved, and I am here to stay.